Let's meet the visiting team, Los Angeles Lakers. At Hey, and now
their rhythm, while some others seem to be way off to start.
Maybe you have some guys who didn't come in as ready as they could be due to conditioning or injury. Every situation, every team has a different set of challenges.
And now the Los Angeles starters. We've got Austin Reeves. Connect is out there with Rui. But the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed on them.
Here's Reeves following the score by Detroit. Pass to Hachimura. Cunningham against Doncic. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up on the wing, and he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Cunningham rebounded by the Lakers. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that one.
Encouraging to see Doncic sink the three. Needs to keep doing this now.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, JB Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. I asked him if he thinks anyone has a better feel for the game than Luka Doncic, and he told me, I don't want to get into a comparison, but what I can say is that he controls the pace like no one else. You can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Los Angeles making a change here. Vincent's checked in.
Substitution. Number 7.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Here's Cunningham. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
Not an easy shot at all. Cunningham seems to have it early on in his NBA career.
And, Coach, how about the Thompson twins making their impact felt in the 2023 draft?
Yeah, Brian, we've seen twins in the NBA before, albeit not very often. But these two made history that draft day, becoming the first pair of twins to be selected in the top 5 of the same draft.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by Los Angeles. And here's Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Doncic finds Hachimura. Here's Connect, defended by Hardaway. From deep, here's Doncic. And Los Angeles, another 3.
And give Luka the ball, and you know what happens next. Instantly, he finds a shot.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons, trailing by 5. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad. Out to Harris. Fires the 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Everybody, it's the Pistons Fight Squad! Attention fans, now on the court, it's your...
Ivy's checked in for Detroit. And let's use this break to recognize your Western Conference Player of the Week, Luka Doncic.
When you think about everything he's done on the offensive end, he's more than deserving of this award. He put his team on his back when it came to putting points on the board.
Pass to Connect. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, scouts were buzzing about Connect's ability to attack the rim with a ton of ferocity. Now we see it in person.
There's a minute 54 left in the first. Ivy passes to Hardaway. Ivy against Doncic. Cunningham, a screen on Doncic. Ivy goes in. Hardaway from outside. It's Hayes with the rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Brad, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Outside Hardaway. Drills it from deep. Hardaway's got 5 points.
Yeah, that's like a layup to Hardaway at this point in his career.
The Lakers lead by 3. Doncic passes to Hayes. Doncic feeling it out a bit. Over Ivy. And it's Doncic missing.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Lets it go from deep. Ivy's shot is off. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now. I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Now here's Hachimura. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now here's Cunningham. He's covered by Vincent with the teardrop. And it's Cunningham missing. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Lakers on top. They're up 7. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
They've got Thompson. Ivy's out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Stewart in at center. That's the group for Detroit right now. Ivy with the ball. No made baskets yet. Offline with a 3. Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside Vanderbilt. Pass to Vincent. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. Doncic with it. Beasley covers. Doncic shot is good. Doncic has got 15 points.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Ivy against Vanderbilt. And Finney-Smith over to help. The 3 is up. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Ivy. Beasley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, what a feed from Ivy. These are the type of passes you love seeing from him.
Kicks it to Doncic. Beyond the arc. Thompson pulls it in.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Doncic against Ivy. Up top, Beasley. Pass to Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
Well, look, offensively, you want to put Stewart in the pick and roll. He's just so versatile.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Clock is at 3. Vincent can't hit.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Now here's Vincent. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Count it.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to talk it over with his guys. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Hayes is checked in for Finney Smith. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. Connect's checked in for Luka Doncic. And Reeves is subbed in for Vincent.
Yeah, locked and loaded. Connect, ready to launch.
Pistons trail by 5. 1:33 left to play in the first half. Los Angeles has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Hardaway on the wing. And it's Connect with a rebound. The Lakers lead by 5. Pass to Reeves. Uses the glass on the layup. Reeves has got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, he makes it look. It comes naturally to him.
Cunningham takes the hit and puts it in.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
40 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And it's Hachimura missing.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Shot is good by Reeves.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Cunningham looking it over. There's the triple. Hachimura with a rebound. Hachimura's got 4 rebounds in the game. Good if it goes. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Los Angeles up 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Checking out Los Angeles. This team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight. Bit of a tough start for the Detroit Pistons. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. They've got Jackson Hayes. Luka Doncic is out there with Austin Reeves. Then it's Rui Hachimura, and it's Connect in at the small forward position. Now here's Cunningham. Duran up top. It's deflected. Reeves against Harris. Now here's Reeves. He's guarded closely. Hayes finds Reeves. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Leading by 5. Nice finish from Luka.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
Cunningham passes to Hardaway. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Hardaway against Reeves. Now here's Doncic. Tightly guarded. Pass to connect. Back to Hayes. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. The shot by Reeves, no good. Pistons trail by 7. Thompson passes to Cunningham. That shot off the mark. Good D by Doncic.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Now here's Hayes. From outside the arc. Doncic, no good. The Pistons have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half.
Halftime didn't do them any favors offensively. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots.
Pass to connect. Back to Reeves. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Reeves has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Harris with it. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Hachimura, pass to Doncic. And here's Reeves. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. 1:46 left to play in the third. And it's 6-10. Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Cade Cunningham has really been improving from distance. He said early in his career he was playing a lot of minutes, and stepping back to the NBA three-point line, he just didn't have enough legs in his shot. After his shin surgery, he redefined his form and strengthened his legs. Brian, he said it helped a lot.
That could be a silver lining of all that time off, Allie.
Defense at its best from Doncic. Like to see him putting that much effort into his D.
Count that bucket.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pistons trail by 11. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Hardaway to get back on track. And again, no good by Detroit.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Doncic. Luka on the attack.
And their offense tonight is Luka, and more Luka. When he's on, it's an opponent's worst nightmare.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Beasley's checked in for Detroit. Ivy comes in for Cunningham. And the Lakers also making a switch. Vanderbilt's checked in for Hachimura. And again, the Pistons missing.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Hayes with a screen on Thompson. Doncic! You see the strength.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
And here's Ivy. Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Ivy. Malik Beasley is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Ivy. Then it's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Reed in at the 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Three-pointer Stewart. Finney Smith pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 15. Doncic left side. Vincent outside. Vanderbilt against Stewart. Vanderbilt, a pass to Goodwin. Back to Vanderbilt. The 3-ball. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pistons. Holland, he's checked in for Reed.
Now returning on the floor to your Pistons, number 00, Ron Holland.
Pistons trail by 15. Ivy, left side. Back to Schroeder. Jacks up a 3. He drops it from range. Schroeder's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Vanderbilt. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Pass to Finney Smith from the arc. Nails it from 3. And the Lakers lead by 15.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Fontecchio's checked in for the Pistons. Cunningham comes in for Schroeder. Connect's checked in for the Lakers. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Finney Smith. Here's Connect. This one for 3. The rebound by Stewart. Ivy outside. To the middle. Here's Fontecchio. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Fontecchio's got his first points of the game.
Well, Ivy doing a good job of keeping the ball moving to set his teammate up.
Doncic on the take. Pass to Connect. Ivy against Doncic. Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. 10 of 14 from the field. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Finney Smith inside. Stewart defends. Here's Vincent. Off target from three-point range. Pistons trail by 15.
2 minutes.
Beasley pass to Cunningham.
2 minutes.
Ivy outside. Cunningham, a screen on Doncic. Out to Beasley. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Vincent. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Lakers lead by 17.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. A 17-point lead, their biggest. And stolen by Hardaway.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Lakers.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Luka Doncic.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
And there's Reeves. That one's good on the assist by Doncic.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Third personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the fourth. Schroeder. And there's the rejection. Stewart, the pass to Beasley. Takes the 3. Doncic pulls down the board. Pass to Connect. Now Hayes. Here's Connect. Back to Hachimura. Doncic passes to Hachimura. 6 to shoot. Launches the 3. Doncic, no good. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant